What's going on, guys? My name is Taylor, or Captain Obvious, and welcome back to part 3 of the best Nazi zombie map ever. Now, we are going to have 4 parts because I do want to pit the 3 champions against each other in one final video. But in this one, I'm going to be talking about Black Ops 2. Now, Black Ops 2 is by far my favorite Call of Duty of all time. Black Ops 2 brought in so much new stuff. You know, it brought in ultimate customability in multiplayer. It brought in more Nazi zombie maps than ever before. I don't count Black Ops 1's, I don't count that Black Ops 1 brought the original 4 as new maps. But Black Ops 2 brought in more Nazi zombie maps than ever before. And I felt that they were just so much more finished. But anyways, let's jump right into this, guys. So if you've been following my streams lately, you already know my top Black Ops 2 zombies maps. By the way, if you aren't following me on my stream, go check it out. Link is in the description. I've been streaming a lot more than posting YouTube lately. It's a lot of fun. Everyone who joins the stream is like, God, this is such a fun stream. Why didn't I join this before? So if you're feeling up to it, go ahead, check out my stream. Leave me a follow, whatever you want to do, totally up to you. But anyways, so jumping right into this. The first map that you saw in Black Ops 2 was, of course, Transit. Now, Transit, they had hailed as the reinvention of Nazi zombies, and they had claimed that it was going to be an absolutely amazing experience for everyone in the everyone who played it, everyone in the game. And now Transit did have a lot of things going for it. You know, it had the absolutely stupid large map. It had the ridiculously, it had the ridiculously crazy mist. It had the bus in it that helped you go around the map. It had those annoying little creatures that popped out of the mist to fuck you in the night. It had, hidden secrets. It had the cabin in the woods that you had to get to through the mist. It had the original Nocturne Toten in it, at least the first room of it, which was absolutely insane. It just had so many parts to it that were so much fun to go to and to explore and all of that. So, Transit had a really solid idea frame behind it. However, the execution of it, I just felt was horrible. Transit I just felt that they missed out on so much more of what they could have done. Maybe making those little things in the mist easier to kill. Maybe not having them at all, just having a heavy fog like it is, so it's difficult to find your way around. Maybe making the bus so you could call it instead of having to wait around. The whole Pack-a-Punch idea of putting down the generator and then hoping that the generator was still alive by the time you got to Pack-a-Punch was a joke. I did not like that idea at all. The idea of the jet gun as the wonder weapon to end all wonder weapons was a joke because the jet gun just exploded after 15 seconds and you'd have to run around the map and find all the pieces for it. To me, the map's execution was a little lacking. Anyways, moving on to the next map. I'm not going to be looking at town, farm, bus depot, any of those because those are just kind of little things that are combined with Transit. I felt that those, it had 4 zombies maps to start out. You know, it had Transit, bus depot, farm, and town to start off, and I felt that those were cool areas, but I didn't think that they, were enough of their own zombies map to include in this video. Anyways, the second real map that came out was Die Rise, and now Die Rise, honestly, in the first 3 days or so, I felt that Die Rise was one of the best zombies maps ever. It introduced so much new stuff. You know, everything was upside down. Some of the guns were buyable upside down. The mystery box would spawn on the ceiling sometimes. There were little slides you could take to escape different scenarios. There was a linear perspective. You could only go down. You could never go up unless you got to the elevators. The perks changed location based on the different game. They had those little creepy crawler things that come back and that would give you an extra perk if you knife them only. I just felt that the whole idea of Die Rise was so brand new. And I really liked it for that. It was a fantastic map because of that. Moving on to the third map, Mob of the Dead. Now, Mob of the Dead really introduced new things. Mob of the Dead introduced Afterlife, and I think that was the biggest introduction of any zombies map ever. Afterlife. The idea that you could gain 1 every round of Afterlife, and you could just continually recycle yourself. You basically had infinite quick revives with Afterlife, and I thought that that was an incredible addition, and you know, it really made solo playing actually quite a bit of fun. Other things it added new wonder weapons. It added the Blundergat, which upgraded became the something else. I can't remember the name of it, but it was a 2-shot weapon that destroyed hordes. Up to, you know, round 50 plus. It was an insane weapon. Then you could upgrade it and make it the Acid Gat, and the Acid Gat was insane. The Acid Gat could, you know, explode zombies, kill them, and it was just an insane weapon. And then you upgraded that, and you have the Vitrolic Withering, and the Vitrolic Withering is probably one of the most overpowered wonder weapons ever to grace Call of Duty Zombies history. The Vitrolic Withering, basically, if you don't know what it is, you shot it, and it acted like a monkey bomb. The zombies all went for what you shot, and it stayed there for about 3 seconds, and then exploded, killing a ton of zombies. And it had a ridiculous amount of ammo. It had 3 bullets in a clip, and when you fired it, it shot all 3 bullets, which was a little unfortunate. But it held like 200 ammo, which is absolutely insane. You don't need 200 ammo for that kind of stuff. For that kind of weapon. It was insane. If you combined it with Electric Cherry, for every time you shot, you'd reload and zap all the zombies, and then you had a zombie shield on your back, you could get out of any situation without any problem. It was absolutely insane and a fantastic addition to the series. Then you had the idea of Brutus, and now Brutus was kind of like a copy of George Romero, but on a much more toned down scale. I thought that Brutus was a much better idea in the fact that he was actually simple to kill. You could kill him with like 1 clip of the Tommy gun if you unloaded it all to his face. He wasn't ridiculously underpowered. He didn't make the game easy and give you, because he gave you a free perk every time he died. So he didn't make the game like too easy, but he did make it so that there was a little bit of a challenge, but it was a doable challenge. It wasn't something that you could just hop into. If he spawned in front of you and there were zombies behind you, you were still kind of fucked. Anyways, moving on. There was also the Hell's Retriever. And now the Hell's Retriever was my favorite specials weapon of all time. It was basically a left bumper or a L1 on the PS3. Who uses PS3? I'm just kidding. But, you know, it was an L1 or left bumper on the Xbox. And it was a weapon that had unlimited uses, and the weapon could actually kill zombies really quickly. It was a fantastic weapon that could kill zombies incredibly quickly, and the fact that you could upgrade that weapon was insane. It went from the Hell's Retriever to the Hell's Redeemer, and to do that you had to build the plane. And now the plane was an even more amazing addition to the game. You could actually build a plane that would allow you to go to Pack-a-Punch. And now I thought this was such a fantastic addition to the game. I absolutely loved this part of the game. Like, you could just build the plane and head over to a totally different area of the map. And now they've had that before, but not in the same sense. Like, it just, I don't know. It just, there was something about it that was just so much better than any of the other, like, buildable moving areas that they've had in any other zombies before. And you could stay over there, and in order to get the Hell's Redeemer, you had to kill like 20 zombies with your Hell's Retriever, and then it would give you the Hell's Redeemer. And that thing had unlimited damage. If you charged it up one little spark, then it would kill zombies to any round. It was insane. Plus, it would kill about 6 to 8 zombies every time you threw it. So if you had a horde, you could go through those pretty quickly. It only took about 5 to 10 seconds to recharge, and it was an insanely powerful weapon. So that map, it had gondolas, it had a tight prison sequence, it had a docks area. That map was truly innovation at its finest. And now, while I didn't personally like that map too much, the ideas in it were absolutely fundamental in laying the groundwork for future maps. Buried was the second to last map. And now I usually say buried, but because it's spelled buried and I've grown up saying buried. But everyone makes fun of me when I say it's buried, not buried, man. But whatever, I don't really care. To be honest, gosh, I'm going down a lot in this zombies game. To be honest, Buried was a wonderful map with the idea that the Paralyzer was introduced. The Paralyzer basically slowed down zombies and eventually made them explode. Now, there were quite a few glitches when it came to that, though, because The paralyzer could just be used to sit in a corner. It had unlimited ammo. It just basically overheated, but if you burst fired it, it would never overheat. It had unlimited ammo, so you could just sit in a corner, and I got to around 72 or 74 just by doing that. I was number 5 on the leaderboards for a while. It was crazy. All I did was burst fire the paralyzer. And then other things about it, it had a new pistol, which I didn't really care too much for, but it really introduced the idea of the witches. And now the witches I thought were a wonderful addition. It added a sense of scarcity to it, so that every time you went to the Pack-a-Punch, you had to deal with the witches. And now they didn't kill you, they just took 2,000 points per hit. And now 2,000 points when you're trying to Pack-a-Punch per hit is a lot. And so, you know, having that in the game added a new sense of, you know, fear and wonder to the game. I really felt that the witches were a wonderful addition and really caused Buried to be, you know, one of my top maps. And the last map, Origins. What is there to say about Origins that hasn't been said already? The dig sites, the shovel, the giant robots, the Panzersats, wait, what are they called? Panzer soldiers, whatever they're called. The staffs, the Pack-a-Punch, Agartha, the winnable Easter egg, which they've never had before, the ending to zombies through Samantha. Spoilers, if you didn't know already, Samantha basically just finished her zombies run, and now she's handing it off to her friend. You know, it's just incredible what they did with Origins. You know, the mud, the Zombie Blood new edition, the upgraded staffs, the freaking Super Monkey airstrikes. It was insane the amount of stuff they added to the map. I can't even, like, explain all of it. Extra perks through getting Zombie Blood after you have the golden shovel, the golden helmet so you couldn't get stepped on by the giant zombies, bringing back PhD Flopper, Deadshot, and all of those fan favorite perks. Like, I can't go on enough about Origins and how amazing it was. The special abilities of the staffs, when you upgraded them, the new Mauser pistol, which upgraded becomes the Barracuda, which frickin' raped zombies up until like an unlimited round practically. The Maxis drone, which could be your friend, could revive you, and yet at the same time it could you know, get you a free upgraded MG08. The Wonder Fizz machine, like the idea that you can just get a random perk for 1,500 was insane. The generators that you have to power up, the free, like the headshot thing, you get 115 headshots and you get a free upgraded weapon. You spend 30,000 points, you get a free double tap as a 5th perk. You turn on all generators, you get a free max ammo. It's the tank that blew flamethrowers out of its side and ran over zombies. I literally can't, I can't explain everything about Origins. It's too amazing. The gramophone that, like, would turn, would add a whole nother area, this part right here, to the map. Like, I can't, I gotta stop now, because Origins was so amazing, and so much stuff was added that I felt only bettered the game. I don't think any of that stuff that I mentioned really made Origins worse. Anyways, now on to the ratings. So, as we've established before, Transit was kind of executed. I didn't think that they executed Transit very well, and because of that, it's at the bottom of my list. I'm sorry if you guys like Transit, it's got to be at the bottom of my list. My second least favorite map was Die Rise, and now while I know it was an awesome map, it had, you know, new ideas, it had upside down gravity, and you know, the building was on top of each other, there was so much crazy stuff going on. I didn't really like it too much. I don't know, that's just me. Second on the list, or 5th on the list, I guess, 4th on the list, I guess. My third favorite map, or my third least favorite map, I should say, which is also my third favorite map because there was only 5 maps, was Buried. Buried was cool and all, but just the fact that it was a little too easy to get far and to do well in the map made it so that I wasn't really into it very much. My second favorite map obviously has to be Mob the Dead. Now, while that map I was frustrated on and could never really figure out completely, the ideas in it really laid the groundwork for my favorite map, Origins, and that's why Mob of the Dead is my second place. Because Mob of the Dead creators, the same people that made Mob of the Dead made Origins. The same people that made Die Rise made Buried, and that's why Mob of the Dead is my second favorite map. And my favorite map, what else can it really be? Origins. It has to be Origins. Origins just reinvented fucking zombies. It was too insane. You literally could not have made a zombies map better than Origins, in my opinion. Everything about it just was perfect to me. Anyways, guys, I hope you all liked this video. Hopefully, if you agreed, leave a comment. If you don't agree, let me know what your favorite zombies maps are and why they're your favorite. Leave me a list of your top 5. And like I said, if you haven't already, feel free to subscribe if you're new, support me out, leave a like. And if you haven't already, go to Twitch and follow me on Twitch, because I will be doing so many live streams, because I'm live streaming every single day. And I really hope you guys will enjoy that. Anyways, guys, my name has been Taylor, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace out, guys.